Hello and welcome to everyone who is out there just trying to make a better financial future for themselves. If you are new here, hello, my name is Rachel and I have paid off over 6 figures of debt over the last 5 years just by monthly budgeting and paying myself first. So today, now that it's officially March, it is time to go back over the February budget and see how we did. Now, if you have been following my story, you guys know I'm on a low buy for the year of 2023, which is a collaboration with 3 other YouTubers as well as many of you. But those people are Debt Over It, Personal Finances with Layla, Rebecca with Rebecca's Quest to Fire, and Christiana at the Well Behaved Wallet. And I will link their 3 channels down below in the description box if you guys want to check out their videos as well. That being said, some of them are doing a no-buy year, which is amazing, and a lot of you viewers are as well. I am not being that strict with myself just because 2022, my goal was also to have less than $300 in personal spending each month, but I definitely went over that, I think, almost every single month last year, if not every month. So I'm trying to be really intentional about that this year. That being said, you can see behind me, well, Pepe is on the couch, but I'm really excited because I am selling my couch behind me. In fact, the person is coming in like an hour to pick it up, which is fantastic because I ordered a new one, which is against my spending. It was certainly more than $300, but to compensate for that, I have been selling a bunch of stuff this year as well, in kind of the spirit of decluttering and just getting rid of things that I don't need and I'm not using and giving them to a new home and someone who can actually use these items. And so the last few months I've sold a lot of things, like old work jackets, my old ski jacket. I'm selling this couch and a bunch of other random things I've found around to help offset the price of the couch, which is fantastic. I am super excited about that. I like to be pretty minimal anyway, so I don't mind getting rid of stuff. And that couch is getting uncomfortable. It was a cheap buy, just because, you know, when I bought it 5 years ago, right when I started this job that I just left last week, and I didn't have a lot of money at the time, so it was just a cheap buy off of Wayfair, but it has certainly lost its luster, and now it just hurts my back to even sit on it. So it's time to move on from the couch. Not that I need to justify that, but just to explain that there will be a new couch behind me in my upcoming videos, and just so you guys aren't thinking I'm like, what did you do over there? You know, you're supposed to be having a low buy. So that was just to explain where the money is coming from for a new couch. So yay. That being said, let's get into the spreadsheet. If you guys are new here, I prefer Google Sheets. I am very much a spreadsheet nerd and I love budgeting in a spreadsheet, and Google Sheets just allows you access from any device. You can make any edits anytime, and it's so easy to keep updated if that's your style, and that is my style. So now we always start at the top with income, and my biggest income at the moment is my W-2 income, and February was the final month of having income from my previous job, which was a lot higher paying than the job that I have now. So this was the final month of a good income. And now I always explain that this income that I'm talking about here is it's take-home pay. So that's after my 401k contributions and my medical benefits were taken out, as well as HSA contributions, and my car insurance was taken out of here as well, just because we had a corporate discount. So anyway, this is take-home pay, but I had a goal of taking home $5,360 from my W-2 job, and I actually took home $5,587, which is good, a little bit more than what I always planned for. What I always planned for the lowest I would ever actually take home. So $55.87. And now the next category is my rental property. If you are new here, I have one rental property, and I have a goal. Normally the goal is about $460 a month take home, but there was some maintenance that had to be done that cost $300. So I was guessing the take home for me from that would be about $150. and it was $151.37. And all rental income is saved in its own specific account. For real estate, I am saving up for down payment on property number 2. And then YouTube income, you have to meet a $100 payout threshold, and it's paid a month and behind. So I did not meet the $100 threshold for January, therefore I did not get paid out from YouTube in February. So altogether income $57.38, which is fantastic. And now we'll go down to the expenses. She just saw rent is always $15.25. Electricity, I always budget $60, and it was $71.07, a little bit over. Internet's always $60. Mohila is my student loan servicer. I only have federal student loans, and they've been on forbearance since March of 2020, and they continue to be on forbearance, so I did not make any payments. The gym, when I made this budget video before the start of the month, I said I should put something there because I knew I was signing up for a new gym, but I never bothered to change it. But I did pay $25 as like a one-time fee for starting at a new gym that's right up the street from me. And Netflix is always $20. And now groceries and food. Here's where things are variable. So the last 6 items are my normal monthly bills. I don't have a lot of monthly bills, and I intentionally like to keep it that way. I just think it's unnecessary to have a lot of extra monthly subscriptions and things that you need to be paying for, but I always seem to make up for that lack of bills with my food budget. So I have a budget of $500 for groceries and food out. And February, Jesus, I actually spent $576.05, and that sucks because I don't need to be spending that much money. That's a lot, but I did treat myself to food out or delivery 3 times after I left my last job. Like last week was my first week at my new job, but from the previous job I had worked the prior 7 days, including 12-hour shifts on the weekend. So I didn't get a single day off. I didn't take a single day off in between. So last week I just, in the evenings, really put my feet up, you could say. And I ordered food like 3 times. It was so expensive. I get so mad at myself for doing that. But we're not doing that going forward. So I was just trying to act as if I had taken time off and could sit down and enjoy myself, but it's too expensive. Ugh. Anyway, gas and car wash, I budget $150. I only spent $84.14. Pet supplies, I budget $25, but you guys know I don't order from Chewy every month, but then the next month I'll need a lot more than $25 worth, so I really need to figure that out. But I spent $33.56. Massage, I spent $168. It's kind of a lot, but I'm gonna keep the monthly massage for now because I think that's important healthcare. But I am nervous going forward just because now March is like my first month of not having my higher income. So we'll see what shakes out. Invest, I have a goal of $100. I invested $100, and as you can see from the note, that came from 2 FundRise referrals. So if you guys are new here, FundRise is a crowd-funded real estate investing platform, and I love it. Obviously, I'm saving up for a down payment on another property, but in the meantime, it's going to take me a long time to save up a down payment, especially because I am working on other priorities as well, such as my emergency fund. And this allows me to crowdfund invest a little bit at a time, whatever I feel like I can contribute to it, and I'll still get the benefit of investing in real estate without the headache of actually having to own my own properties. And it allows you to invest in a lot larger properties than I would ever be able to on my own. So I like FundRise, and when people use my referral link, you get $50 in free shares for opening a new account and funding it with, I think, with as little as $10. So that's kind of nice for you guys if you're interested. So that was my investment for February. I did not invest in anything else, and that's okay. Donate, I always donate $50. Savings. I had a goal of saving $1,000 this month, and I actually saved $2,300, which is fantastic. Yeah, I'm happy about that. And then spending, here is where I'm really trying to focus for all of 2023, but also my food, but that's, I know. So personal spending. So this is anything that doesn't fit in any of the other categories. And I ended up spending $294.90. And of that, I actually lumped in a $115 vet visit because Piper had her 1-year booster shots and checkup and all that business. That was $115 that I just threw in this category as well. So I actually, it's not really personal spending, but whatever. But the other items were like a ski trip. I paid for a lift ticket to go for 1 day, and I bought like some face serum that I needed. So I didn't really buy much, which is amazing. I have bought a few business items like to get this desk set up, which it's still a train wreck right now, which is why you're like zoomed right into my face at the moment. I just like have not got this desk figured out yet, but working on it. Anyway, and then car maintenance. I knew this car appointment was coming, but I didn't specifically like squirrel away. I kept money on hand in my checking account for it, and they gave me a quote on what it would be last time I was there, so I knew roughly what it would be, but I didn't necessarily budget for it. I don't know if I knew about it before I made the February budget video. I don't think I did. I think it was shortly after that. I was in there for the oil change, and they were like, oh, you need these other items. So, but they also did my annual inspection as well. So kind of an annual expense got taken care of as well, but either way, I ended up spending $11.50. So that was kind of a big purchase, but it was necessary. I'm trying to keep my car running optimally and keeping it nice because I do plan to have it for a very long time, if, you know, if all goes well. So yeah. So in total, I spent $6,458 spent slash saved slash invested, donated. $6,458 left my bank account in February, even though I only made $57.38. That's because, as I had mentioned, I was kind of hoarding cash in January as well, knowing knowing I would be having a lower paying job. Now, my next category is my debt. As I mentioned, student loans, they're all federal, they're all with Mohila. But dang it, that balance, $160,250.22. Woof. I have a goal to save $14,000 towards them this year, or pay, depending on if we ever come out of forbearance this year. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I'm not going to start saving and or paying those off until after my emergency fund is totally taken care of. So we left 2022 at the end of 2022. I had saved $28,000, I don't know, $700, and then that account grew some interest in January, and it did in February as well. It grew $87 in interest in February. So currently that account has $28,891 in it, and that has just been what I've been hoarding. I keep calling it hoarding, but I've been saving for those student loans, and I have not been paying on them because that money is making me money because it's in a high interest account. It's in a Capital One like performance savings account that has 3.6% APY, I believe, something around there. So that's why I'm saving that money and not paying on them until the forbearance ends, and then obviously I'll probably dump all of that on them. We'll see what happens. Now, my sinking funds, numero uno, of course, is my emergency fund. We ended January with $35.02 in there. We ended February with $38.75. So roughly $373 added, which is great. I still have $6,125 to go to get to the 10,000 mark, which is my goal for my emergency fund. And then my car, vet, and medical sinking fund, which I should have used for my vet appointment, but I just didn't because I had the money for it. That is at 2,000, and we were able to clear that up in February, which is fantastic. And then annual expenses, I started February with $0, and I added $1,300 to that sucker, which is great. Only $700 to go on that one. My travel fund still just has the sad $15 in it, but that's just low on the totem pole right now. And my Roth 2023, I did not add anything to. And if you guys know, that's not a priority for me. So that's it. Overall, I think February was a pretty good month. I saved quite a bit, which makes me pretty happy. And my net worth finally got above the negative $30,000 mark. If you guys saw on Transfer Tuesday this week, you guys know, was it Tuesday? I don't know. In a recent video, I mentioned that, which is super exciting. I think I'm going to finally hit a positive net worth this year. And it's just month after month, intentional progress, which is week after week. Every payday, you have to pay yourself first and really tell your money where you want it to go before someone else can. That is why I love making these monthly budgets. I love being a part of the Transfer Tuesday community. It's an intentional weekly habit at this point of setting money aside for myself and my goals, and that's hands down. Paying myself first and sticking to a budget is how I've paid off 6 figures of debt. If you guys are new here, are new to my story, you can check out this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments, how did you guys do with your February budgets? I know so many of you are doing a no buy or low buy challenge right along with us, so let me know how it's going. I'd love to hear about it. Give this video a like if you set a February budget for yourself and stuck with it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.